know the same language that powers NASA's space mission also powers Instagram filters and YouTube recommendations? Imagine writing just 3 lines of code and automating a task that would take you 3 hours. AI, self-driving cars, chatbots, Netflix recommendations. What do they all have in common? They are powered by Python. Hi everyone. Welcome to the course on Python for data analytics, machine learning and generative AI. I am Dr. Ajita, Associate Professor in MS Ramaiah University of Applied Sciences, and over the next few weeks, you will see how a few lines of Python code can do things that used to take days and even months. Think of this like learning a superpower. By the end, you will not only understand how Python works, but also how it powers things you use every day like YouTube recommendations, Instagram filters, and even chatbots. In week 1, we begin our journey into Python for data science. First, we introduce Python, a simple, powerful language used in everything from NASA projects to Netflix recommendations. Next, we set up Jupyter Notebook and IDEs, which act as our workspace for writing and testing code. We then learn the basics of variables where data can be stored and reused. Moving ahead, we explore data types like numbers, text, and list, followed by operators that help us perform calculations and comparisons. Finally, we dive into control flow, loops, and conditionals, so Python can make decisions and repeat tasks intelligently. In Lecture 1, Introduction to Python, we will explore the fundamentals of this powerful language. We begin with what is Python, followed by programming versus scripting to understand its flexibility. Then we trace the history of Python and its evolution through different versions. We also discuss why Python is popular, focusing on its simplicity and vast ecosystem. The Sun of Python highlights its guiding principles. We conclude with the reasons to learn Python and its wide application areas such as data science, machine learning, automation, web development, and scientific computing. What is Python? Python is a general purpose, high-level programming language. Let's break that down. General purpose means you can use it anywhere. Data science, automation, AI, web development, etc. When we say a programming language is high level, it means that the language is designed to be closer to the way humans think and communicate rather than the way computers actually work. Computers only understand machine code, which is made up of zeros and ones, which we tell it as binary. Writing programs directly in machine code is very difficult and time-consuming. A high-level language like Python or Java lets us write instructions in words and symbols that are easier for people to understand, such as print hello world, instead of long strings of zeros and ones. These human-friendly instructions cannot be directly understood by the computer. So they need to be translated into machine code, which is zeros and ones. The translation is done either by a compiler or an interpreter. A compiler translates the entire program at once, creating a separate file that the computer can run quickly. But errors are shown only after the whole program is checked. An interpreter, on the other hand, translates and runs the program line by line, showing results immediately and making it easier for beginners to spot mistakes. Because of this, high-level languages are much easier to learn, use, and debug. They also allow programmers to focus on solving problems rather than worrying about the complex details of hardware. In C language, if you want to write print hello, you write in 6 lines. How will you write in Python? Just 1 line. Print hello is enough. See the difference? That's why Python is so beginner friendly yet powerful. Now let's see about programming versus scripting. Let's now see the difference between programming and scripting. A program is compiled first and then executed, meaning the entire set of instructions is translated into machine code before it runs. It usually follows a structured sequence of steps to complete a task. Programming is like following a 10-step recipe you wrote and tested before cooking. Scripting, on the other hand, is interpreted directly without compilation. It is often used to control another software application or automate simple tasks, making it quicker and more flexible. Python supports both approaches, which is one of the main reasons for its versatility and popularity. Scripting is like adding extra masala while cooking. It's quick, flexible, and you can adjust on the go. Python was developed by Dutch programmer Guido van Rossum during the late 1980s and early 1990s at the National Research Institute of Mathematics and Computer Science in the Netherlands. It was officially released in 1989. The origin of the name is quite interesting. While working on Python, Guido was also reading the published scripts of Monty Python's Flying Circus, a popular BBC comedy series from the 1970s. He wanted the language to have a short, unique, and slightly mysterious name, and thus he chose the name Python. Python has been evolving for decades. The first official release, Python 1.0, came out in 1994, laying the foundation for its growth. This was followed by Python 2 in the year 2000, which introduced many features but also created compatibility issues for further versions. To address this, Python 3 was released in 2008 and it is the version most widely used today across industries, education, and research. Python 3 has gone through continuous development with regular version updates. Python 3.1 was released in December 2009, followed by 3.2 in February 2011, and so on. The next major release, Python 3.14, is expected in October 2025. It is important to note that Python 3.x is not backward compatible with Python 2.x. So, why is Python so popular? Let me give you 4 big reasons. You write fewer lines compared to Java or C++, hence readable and concise. It supports multiple styles, either object-oriented, functional, or procedural. It has rich libraries like Pandas for data, Django for web, TensorFlow for AI. Python is dynamically typed. There is no need to declare variables types. Python figures it out neatly. The Zen of Python is a collection of guiding principles for writing computer programs in Python. It was written by Tim Peters in 2004 and is included as PEP 20, which is Python Enhanced Proposal. Instead of strict rules, it gives you a set of philosophies that encourage clean, simple, and readable code. Some famous lines from the Zen of Python include, "Beautiful is better than ugly," meaning code should look neat and organized, not messy. "Explicit is better than implicit," reminds us to write code that is clear, leaving no confusion about what it does. "Simple is better than complex," encourages us to keep solutions easy to understand. But when things get difficult, complex is better than complicated. Use complexity only when necessary, but avoid making it confusing. Finally, readability counts, means code should be written so that anyone Even a beginner can easily read and understand it. Now let's talk about 4 strong reasons why you should learn Python. One of the biggest reasons to learn Python is its simplicity. It is free and open source, which means anyone can download and use it without paying. The language itself has very few keywords, a simple structure, and a clear, easy to read syntax, making it perfect for beginners. Since Python is interpreted, you do not need to compile your code before running it. You just write and execute directly. It is also dynamically typed, meaning you don't have to declare the type of a variable in advance. Python decides it automatically at runtime, which makes coding much faster and easier. Another important reason to learn Python is its scalability, meaning it can be used for small script as well as large complex projects. Python also supports fast development and easy debugging, which allows developers to build applications quickly and fix errors without much hassle. Unlike some older languages, Python helps avoid common issues like memory leaks and segmentation faults, making it more stable and reliable. It is also suitable for teams that include members who are not expert Python programmers because its simple syntax and readability make collaboration much easier. Python is also popular because of its libraries and frameworks. It comes with many built-in types and tools that make programming easier, and on top of that, there are hundreds of rich libraries and frameworks created by the community. These save a lot of time because you don't need to build everything from scratch. Python also handles memory management automatically, so developers can focus on solving problems instead of worrying about technical details. Whether it's data visualization, analytics, machine learning, web development, or automation, Python has powerful libraries that makes these tasks faster and more efficient. Another strong reason to learn Python is its community support. Python has a huge global community of programmers, which means if you ever get stuck, you will almost always find a solution online through forums, tutorials, or documentation. This makes learning much smoother, especially for beginners. The language also has a gentle learning curve, so you can start writing useful programs quickly without feeling overwhelmed. On the top of that, Python runs consistently across most platforms, Windows, Mac, or Linux. So your code behaves the same way no matter wherever you use it. Python can be used in many exciting areas. In data science, it helps us analyze and visualize data to find useful patterns. In machine learning, Python is used to build smart programs that can learn from data, like predicting trends or recognizing images. It is also great for automation and scripting, which means writing small programs to do repetitive tasks automatically. Students can create desktop applications with easy-to-use interfaces or explore science and research fields like bioinformatics to study genes and proteins. Python is also helpful in system administration, managing tasks on Unix or Linux computers, and in web development, building websites or online tools, whatever it may be. Finally, it can be used for testing to check the program works correctly. Overall, Python is a versatile language that makes learning programming fun and practical for many different fields. To summarize, Python is a general purpose programming language, which means it can be used for many things like data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, web development and automation. It was created by Guido van Rossum, and today we use Python 3.13 with 3.14 expected in 2025. People like Python because it is easy to read and write, concise and flexible, supporting many different styles of programming. It also has a huge collection of libraries that make coding faster and simpler. The Zen of Python, PEP20, reminds programmers to focus on simplicity, clarity, and readability. Python is free, open source, cross-platform, dynamically typed, and beginner-friendly, making development and debugging much faster. With a strong global community offering help and resources, Python becomes one of the most popular languages in the world. Today, it is widely used in data science, AI, automation, web development, scientific computing, and many other fields. Thank you for joining me in the session on Introduction to Python.